President George H.W. Bush has returned home to Texas following a funeral today in Washington, D.C. And tonight, as the nation remembers the former president, so do community members in Eugene, including a former judge.
Now, KEZI 9 News anchor China Green is live tonight in the studio to tell us about that. China?
Yeah, Matt and Renee. Michael Hogan was a former federal judge, remembers the day in 1991 when President Bush called him and asked him to serve on the U.S. District Court. He says he'll never forget their conversation. Hogan says he happily accepted the president's request and served as chief judge from 1995 to 2002. Hogan says the way President Bush presented the request was extremely gracious and says it spoke volumes about his character. He says he still keeps a special piece of paper in his office to remember his appointment.
This is a certificate that appointed me as a federal judge. So, of course, that's a special piece of paper to me, and I'll treasure it the rest of my life.
And we also asked community members around here about what they remember most about the former president's years in office and what they thought about this morning's service.
I like seeing that front row this morning of his funeral. All the former presidents lined up and just put everything aside and pay tribute to a great man.
Now, just within the last few hours, the body of President Bush returned to Texas, where he'll be buried next to his wife, Barbara Bush, who died earlier this year. And we'll have more coverage coming up on KEZI 9 News at 6:30, including the story of an Oregon woman who was given a very special gift from President Bush as a girl. Live in the studio, China Green, KEZI 9 News.